Hi everyone, welcome to our day one. Today is 1st August and the day one of our preparation. So, all the best for the first day. First day, first slot. So, I'm late for the first slot, I know, but no problem. From next day, that is day two, we'll be on track. So, how are you guys? I just want to ask you that. Till then, I'll share my screen and then we'll discuss what we are going to do today. Yeah. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen, right? Let me increase the font size, screen size, font size, whatever it is. Hmm. So yes, so this is ARD Statics detailed notes that we are going to study today. So the first topic here would be, okay, let me first tell you the topics and then we can move on with the other stuff, right? So the first topic here would be basics of agriculture. Guys, yesterday only I'm sorry. Okay, I'll show you. Yesterday only I told that week one, in time slot one, we are going to cover ARD static. So that is why we are starting with ARD statics. So for under ARD statics, the topics are basics of agriculture, and then soil science. The next one is agronomy. Fourth is irrigation and water management. Fifth is plantation and horticulture. Sixth one here is animal husbandry. Seventh would be forestry. Eight would be sericulture, apiculture, and fisheries. Ninth would be farm machineries and post-harvest technology. And 10th would be meteorology and climatology. 11th would be organic and sustainable agriculture. 12th would be agricultural economics. 13th would be agricultural finance and credit. 14th would be rural development. 15th would be rural institutions, I guess. Okay. 16 is key government schemes. I guess this is the last topic. Yes. Don't worry, we'll not cover all these 16 topics today. I'll try that we are covering till, I guess, plantation and horticulture. So we'll try that we'll achieve our today's agenda. Okay. So let's move on with basics of agriculture, right? So, what is agriculture, first of all? Do you know? I know that we all have studied this about agriculture in, you can say, in our class six or in our secondary schools, right? So now I'll move on with the topics. So the first question here is, what is agriculture? So agriculture is basically the science, art, and business of cultivating soil, products, producing crops, and raising livestock. It includes, yeah, so it includes the preparation of plants and animal products for human use and their distribution to markets, right? So by reading this, do you understand something? You were confused, right? So let me explain you in simple words. In simple words, you can say that agriculture means everything that is related to growing plants and raising animals for use. Agriculture is not only about plants, but it's also about the animals. And it's not just about farming, but also about preparing food and getting it to the market. Now, for example, we can take like suppose a farmer that grows wheat, raises cows for milk, and sells these products in market. That's agriculture. Did you understand? Basically, a farmer, see, it grows wheat, okay? It raises cows for milk and sell these products in market. This is whole exactly about agriculture that I told you in simple words. Very simple and basic. Now, we'll go with the next topic, that is branches of agriculture. So, there are, how many branches of agriculture? There are 8 branches of agriculture. You can see it here in the screen. First one is agronomy. Second one is horticulture. Third one is animal husbandry. Fourth one is forestry. Fifth one is fishery science. Sixth one is agricultural engineering. Seventh is agricultural economics. And eighth is agriculture extension. So, what is agronomy? Agronomy basically deals with the principle and practices of crop production and field management. So, did you understand anything with this? I hope no. So, I'll tell you. See, agronomy is like a field manager. Think it like a field manager who is basically focusing on how to grow crops efficiently in large field. Now, the next is horticulture. What is horticulture? Horticulture is cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers, and ornamental plants. So basically, here we deals with fruits, vegetables, flowers, and think of fruit orchid or flower garden is what horticulture is. The next here is animal husbandry. So, what is animal husbandry? Animal husbandry basically is rearing and management of animals like cattle, buffalo, sheep, goats, pigs, and poultry. So, I'll tell you basically, it is taking care of animals like cows, goats, chicken. Why? So that they can sell their products, sell these animal products, such as from cow they'll get milk, from goat they'll get again milk, meat, from chicken they'll get meat. Now the next is forestry. What is forestry? Management and conservation of forest and forest resources is what forestry is. Means managing the forest, like protecting trees and wildlife, is what forestry is. Now, the next topic is fishery science. Fishery science is what? Breeding, rearing, management of fish and other aquatic organism. Means that mm, we are raising fishes in ponds or tanks like a fish farm. Okay, just like animals, now we are also, you can say, taking care of fisheries. We are raising them in ponds and tanks. So why? Because we can sell these fishes, their eggs. The next topic is agricultural engineering. What is it? Agricultural engineering is using machines and technologies in farming like tractors or irrigation system. Basically is using engineering techniques in agriculture. Great. Now moving on to the next topic, which is agricultural economics. That is study of economic principle applied to agriculture. Very confusing. So basically, agricultural economics is studying of how money and resources are used in farming. This is what agricultural in economics. Moving about, moving to the next topic, that is agricultural extension. So what is agricultural extension? It is transfer of technology from research to farmers. So confusing, ma'am. What is agricultural extension? This is so confusing. So I'll tell you what is extension. It is that we are teaching farmers how to use the new techniques and technology is what agricultural extension is. So from this topic, what we have learned first is agriculture. Agriculture is what? Taking care of plants as well as crops is what agriculture is. Now, agriculture has mm, eight parts, right? Um, eight branches. So the first one is agronomy. Agronomy uh, is basically here we think like a manager, like how to grow crops efficiently in large fields. Horticulture is basically deals with fruits, vegetables, and flowers, and also growing of you can say garden, flower garden, like kind of thing. Now, the next one was an animal husbandry. Animal husbandry was taking care of animals like cows, goats, chicken. Why? So that we can sell their products or sell their meats. The next one is forestry. Forestry is managing, or you can say protecting the trees and wildlife. Now, the next one was fishery science, where with the help of science, we are now artificially raising these fishes in ponds and um, you can say in ponds or not rivers, tanks, and then we are selling to these fisheries. Now, moving on to the next type was agricultural engineering, where we are using basically the engineering. um we are using these tractors and irrigation system uh, in the farming, which see earlier for I don't know what in English we called khet jotne ko. So there we use that you can say bulls and plows to irrigate. You can say, but nowadays we use tractors, right? Now, the next topic is agricultural economics. Here we study how money and resources should be used in farming. And the last one was agricultural extension, where we were using means we were teaching farmers about the new techniques and technologies that has come up. Now, moving on to the next topic, which is types of farming. Now, there are six types of farming. The first one is subsistence farming. What do you mean by subsistence farming? Subsistence farming is where farmers grow crop mainly for their own consumption, right? Basically, here farmers are growing crops, but mainly for his family and not for selling, right? The second type of farming is commercial farming, where crops are grown mainly for sale in the market. So the main aim of commercial farming is to sell the crops in market and earn money. The next topic here is mixed farming, where both crops and livestock are raised on the same farm. Means the farmer grow crops as well as also keep animals on the same farm. So what it is? It is, you can say, agricultural no oh okay, so what it is? It is basically agronomy and animal husbandry. Now, the next one is plantation farming, where large scale farming of a single crop is done. Suppose you can take example of tea coffee that is grown in Assam, right? So here only one crop we are growing in a particular farm. Now that is shifting cultivation. You know why shifting cultivation has come? I'll tell you why. Uh, Earlier, when you grow a same crop in the same field again and again, so that crop, suppose that crop takes a particular kind of nutrition from that ground or you can say field. So every year you are growing the same plant, so that plant takes specific kind of nutrients from the field. So only those nutrients are now you can say are now finishing, or you can say are now completely finished, or uh, then that then on that particular ground, we cannot grow that crop again. सपोज आई गिव यू, ओके आई एक्सप्लेन यू, मतलब कि ऐसा है कि सपोज अगर कोई क्रॉप है, एक क्रॉप, सपोज यू कैन से कॉलीफ्लावर, तो यू हैव, यू आर entirely in your farm, you are entirely growing, suppose I'll tell you. हम्म तो क्या होगा कि सपोज दैट cauliflower is taking some specific kind of nutrients from the ground. So after some year that nutrients would be extinct from that ground, and then after that you would not be able to grow crops. So this is the reason nowadays what people do is कि suppose this year they have grown cauliflower in their ground, then next year they'll grow some other crop, so that not only so that the specific nutrient is not finished, and that ground is not, you can say, banjar. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next topic. Not next topic, now it is shifting cultivation. So here what we do, the farmers clears a piece of land, grows crop for a few years, and then move to a new area. This is kind, you can say, Zoom in Northeast India, they do. Now the next one is organic farming, where they avoid synthetic chemicals and uses natural fertilizers and pest control. So here no chemical fertilizers or pesticides are used. Only natural things like compost or cow dungs are used. Now the next topic here is cropping system. So cropping system, there are five types of cropping system. One is monocropping, where the where we are just growing the same crop on the same land year after year. Mainly, basically, we are growing only one crop on the same land of every year. Like, take example of cauliflower. Now the next one is multiple cropping, growing two or more crops on the same land in one year. So here basically we are growing two or more crops on the same land in one year, like rice in summer and wheat in winter. Got it? Now, the next one is intercropping. Intercropping is growing two or more crops simultaneously on the same field in a definite pattern. So here, basically, we are using, means we are growing two or more crops in a specific pattern, like maize in one row and beans in the next. Now, the next one is mixed cropping. Mixed cropping is, okay. So the next cropping is mixed cropping, where we are growing two or more crops together without any definite row arrangement. And the last one is crop rotation. So what is crop rotation? Here in crop rotation, we basically grow crops in the same land to maintain soil fertility and control pest and disease. Got it? So different crops are grown one after another on the same land, which keeps the soil healthy. See, I'll tell you, this is what exactly I was saying. Ki, when we are just growing one crop in a field again and again, तो क्या हो रहा है कि problem here was कि only one type of nutrients was getting extinct, and uske baad that land is of no use. So what we are doing here is to maintain that. Now we are growing different kind of crops ताकि एक ही kind of nutrients from that soil is not finished, and the soil can remain healthy. Now, the next topic here is soil science. So we are done with the first, and now we are moving to the second. Though, what is soil science? So basically, soil. Okay, so basically, what is soil? Soil is the uppermost layer of earth crust which supports plants' growth. It is a mixture of mineral, organic matter, water, and air. So you can say soil is the top layer of ground where plant grows. It contains tiny pieces of rocks, dead plants, water, and the air, right? Okay. The next is soil formation. So, how soils are formed? So, soil is formed by weathering of rocks and mineral over thousands of years. The process involves physical, chemical, and biological factor. So, what does this mean? This means that soil it is forms when rocks break down slowly over time because of wind, water, and living things. So basically what it is saying, soil कैसे बनता है? Soil is formed जब जो rocks होते हैं over time and time they are breaking. तो break करते 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 due to wind, due to water, due to living things, that rocks are breaking and those rocks are now converted into soil. Now, moving on to the next, that is soil profile. So, soil is of basically you can say, mm, okay. So, soil profile is a vertical section of soil that shows its different layers. Okay. So, soil has different layers. That is, different means five layers. That is O, A, B, C, R. O is organic matter. A is the topsoil. B is the subsoil, C is the weathered plant material, and R is the last. So I'll explain you. So in O, you can see the leaves and decomposed plants. A, it is rich in minerals and organic materials. Most plants' roots grow here in A horizon. In B horizon, it is like it accumulates leached materials like clay, iron, aluminum. Means in B horizon, you can find these minerals, materials. In C horizon, it is weathered parent material, and the R horizon is unweathered bedrock. So when you dig a hole, you'll see different layers of soil, like layers in cake. The top layer has dead leaves, the next is rich in nutrients, and so on. मम्मी खाना बना है क्या? दोगी क्या? Okay, so now our next topic here is types of soil, right? So, yeah. So the first type of soil is alluvial soil. It is found in river plains, fertile, so and means it is found in river plains. It is fertile and it is suitable for rice, wheat, and sugarcane. Moving to the black soil is also known as rigor, and it is found in Deccan Plateau and it is rich in clay and good for cotton. Okay. The next one is red soil, which is found in southern and eastern India. It is low in nitrogen and it is suitable for pulses and millets. The next one is laterite soil. It is found in high rainfall areas and it is suitable for tea, coffee, and cashew. The next one is desert soil. So it is found in Rajasthan. It is sandy and it is it has low fertility. The next one is mountain soil. It is found in hilly areas and it is suitable for tea, coffee, spices. And the seventh one is peaty and marshy soil. It is found in areas with heavy rainfall and poor drainage. Okay, so the next one is soil fertility and productivity. So, soil fertility. What is soil fertility? The ability of soil to supply essential nutrients to plants is what soil fertility is. So, basically means how well the soil can give plants the nutrients they need is what soil fertility is. And soil productivity. Soil productivity is capacity of soil to produce crops under a specified system of management. Basically it means how much crop the soil can actually produce. So what is fertility means how much nutrients it can give, and productivity means how many crops it can grow. Means see sometimes a particular piece of land, you can say 1 centimeter of land, there only one plant can be grown, and sometimes two or three plants could also be grown. Okay. So the next one is soil conservation. What is soil conservation? So soil conservation basically involves preventing soil erosion and maintaining the soil fertility. And here the methods are contour plugging. So what is contour plugging? Plugging along the contour lines like to reduce the runoff. Okay. Second one is terracing. Okay. Wait. I'll show you what is contour planting images. See, this is okay. This is the best example I can say. See, like this, this is what contour planting is. See, these lines has been created, right? Now moving on to the next one, which is terracing. Now I'll show you the pictures of terracing. This is what terracing is. Now, you might be confused कि contour planting and terracing, they both were looking similar, but no. Here it is kind of stairs. It has been created like it is divided it into stairs, and the plants has been grown. But talking about this it is like plants is grown, then a line, then a plant is grown, then again a line is created. Now the next one is strip cropping. Means alternate strips of different crops to reduce the erosion. Means if one line you're growing cauliflower, the second line you'll grow maybe a gourd. Now, the next one is afforestation. Afforestation means planting trees to bind the soil. Suppose if you are not growing any plants to to a particular farm, okay, and that you are just leaving it like this, then what happens is whenever there is a storm or wind will blow, it will take the upper layer of the soil with itself, and you know that upper layer is good, like rich in nutrients, so that uh, now what it will happen ki that the nutrients of that particular farm will get finished after a certain time, and then you cannot grow crops. So afforestation means growing plants is really important as it will bind the soil. The next one is check dams, small barriers to slow water flow and prevent soil loss. So if keep, I can say, just have you ever been to a beach? There you'll see that if you'll build something on the sand, and then a large wave of water comes and everything, like whatever you have created, is vanished, right? This is what it is saying. Ki if you are through dams, the water has been released to the farms. So now, if there should be barriers so that the flow of water should be slow, so that it is not removing the top layer of the soil. Then last one is soil erosion. Soil erosion is what? It is the removal of topsoil by wind, water, or human activity. It leads to the soil fertility and productivity. So, yes, guys, this is the first two topics that we studied in this video. So, that's it for the first half, I can say, because this is first day. So, we should not mm, do more, like, we should not stress ourselves so much. So, that's it for the day one, time one. Sorry, zone one, I can say. So, okay, so we will meet in the second slot. Till then, please start preparing and make your mind that yes, this time you have to crack it. Thank you. Bye bye.